Hello there guys, and welcome back to once again another live stream here on the VB Thomas platform. Today we will be doing a Formula 1 Racing League with the mini championship, as we're currently in round 2 of that championship. We're going to be having 6 races until the new game is been released, so we're just going to be waiting now, doing a little bit of a smaller championship, and hopefully these guys can keep it clean there on track. Which is something we are trying to promote here in Formula 1 Racing League, as a couple of guys are on a night lap at the moment. And it seems to be lagging. I don't know how that happens. Alright lads, here we go. We have got Brad Races down the main straight, and he's gonna try and get the fastest lap on the board for the Red Bull team. Down the straight they go. Well, he goes. And Azerbaijan, a very difficult track to nail, because usually you might end up in the wall every now and then, especially in turn 1 with the first race start. You're gonna end up in the wall as he's coming into turn 2 there. Also a wall on the exit. A lot of walls on the exits here in Azerbaijan. Located in Baku, which is the capital city of Azerbaijan. Heading into turn 3, another 90 degrees corner, with not too much runaway room on the exit. We've got turn 4, another 90 degrees corner. So sector 1, not a very difficult sector. So you've just got a lot of 90 degrees corners. And now you're entering that chicane in turn 5 and 6. Heading into turn 7, you can clip a lot of curb on the entry there. Doesn't seem like Brad Races wants to do that. Heading into that castle section, watch out. That is where Charles Leclerc unfortunately crashed out a couple of years ago, and we got that iconic "I am stupid" quote from Charles Leclerc. Heading into sector 3, a lot of fast left-handers, and then of course you've got this little fast corner. Need to watch out for the curb on the exit. You don't want to touch that curb too much. And heading into turn 15, if I'm not mistaken. Now we've got a long straight, one of the longest straights on the F1 calendar, if not the longest, if I'm not mistaken. And Brad Races is potentially going to put himself on pole. The pole time for now is 142.6, set by Angry Guns. And I'm really looking forward to see what Brad Races will be doing. It'll be a 141.7. Not bad at all. Let's have a quick look who else is on the lap. Apex Joe is on 1. Coming across the line with a 144.7. Puts himself in P3 for now. We've got another couple of guys on the fast lap, including Sheepy Kev, one of the faster guys here in this division. Coming down the line, he's got a 142.0. Puts himself in P2 for now. Right in front of Angry Guns, right behind Brad Races. So not a bad time at all by the Aston Martin driver. Flip 44, probably because 44 is the number of Lewis Hamilton, which you guys might or might not know. And he did invalidate his lap, so he won't be up on his time. Chef Badger just entered turn 1. Needs to watch out. Down the straight he goes, and the guys will be able to use the DRS down the straight here. And that is a very good overtaking opportunity heading into turn 3. You do have to watch out, because if someone dive bombs you down the inside, you have to take a wider line, but you cannot take a too wide line, because then you're going to end up in the wall, of course. So that is definitely something the guys have to look into throughout the race. And taking a lot of curb here into turn 5, into turn 6. Don't touch the curb too much down the entry there. Then we're heading into a turn 7, as I said, a lot of curb to be taken. Slides all over the place there. In turn 7, turn 8, a fast left-hander, fast right-hander, and then we've got another fast left-hander. Takes a lot of curb on the entry, but doesn't have the right exit there coming through that corner. You want to take that corner as smooth as possible. which we didn't see happening from Chef Badger there. Down the straight he goes, and now heading into turn 14. Or is that 14 up ahead? I think that was 13 indeed. This is 14. 90 degrees corner. A lot of 90 degrees corners here in Azerbaijan. Yellow flags up ahead. That is the Aston Martin probably slowing down to come back into the pits. Down the straight he goes. Chef Badger. It might be a 143 or a 144. It'll be a 145.6, putting him all the way at the back of the grid. One of the top guys still in the pit lane, being a Geldy. Geldy who's potentially going to be able to put himself on pole here tonight. We don't see any of the big names. Yo, Will, how are you doing? And Fergs, how are you guys doing? I'm not American, no. I'm not American. Not going to say unfortunately, because I'm not really wishing to be American, but do I take that as a compliment? I don't know. I'm not American, say it like that. Trying to do some things here on the live stream. Doesn't seem like it's working too good. That can be that, and then this should be, yeah, okay. No, I'm not. Where do you from, Tommy lad? I am from Belgium, mate. I'm from Belgium. Where do the questions come from? By the way, do I know you guys? Are you racers here in Formula 1 Racing League? I don't think you are. I haven't seen your names anywhere. I don't know. I'm just also gonna have a quick look on the live stream whether the quality of the live stream is actually good, because I'm doubting that. Yeah, it's not smooth as I thought. I'm gonna reconnect my laptop up the waffles and that. Yes, 100% mate. Chocolate and fries are a bigger thing here in Belgium, but good try, mate. Good try. Just gonna plug in my Wi-Fi cable and see how that is gonna be reacting. I just love driving. No idea where that comes from, mate. Oh, and Shaza currently putting himself on pole with a 140.5. A good time by the by the AlphaTauri driver. His teammate, Flip, also putting a pretty decent time on the board, a 142.8. Putting himself in P5 for now. But of course, we've got Ace Tony. He's probably not on a fast one, although he did save a lot of ERS. So we might be seeing him taking pole here tonight. He's not draining any ERS, so I think he's just going to come into the pits, if I'm being honest. This won't be a fast time for Ace Tony. So I'm now going to plug in my internet cable. You guys are probably still going to be able to hear me, if I am not mistaken. Okay. So, the Wi-Fi cable is in. Now we just have to plug it into our PC. And I'm really wondering whether that is going to mess up the live stream or not. I guess we'll just try, because this is not the quality we are used to here on the VB Thomas platform. And Ace Tony is actually going for another one. I'm not sure how much time there is left. 7 more minutes in the qualifying session, so shouldn't worry about it too much. And we're back at it again. Oh, it works. Perfect. And now it should be smoother too on the live stream. Oh, it's not smoother. No, it is smoother. Look at that. Yeah, quality. Quality, lads. Quality. All right, let's go on board with someone else. Maybe the Reaper. He's on a fast one, as it seems like. Currently entering Sector 2. He's up on his time, 45 thousandths. As that'll be a pretty good time by the Reaper, hopefully. If he improves by about a tenth, it would put him somewhere around the top 6. And he's in that Haas car. His teammate is not present today, so I don't think the Haas team will score too many points. Because I think only the top 15 scores points. And Sky's in the Alfa Romeo, all the way at the back of the grid. He's not going to be able to put a qualifying time on the board, and that means he probably has a qualifying ban, or he got disqualified throughout this session. And neither of both of them is great, so not sure what to think of that. He's usually one of the faster guys, so he might want to try a last to first challenge here in Azerbaijan. And go to pick all the way at the back of the grid. 17th position for the Alpine driver. He's going to go down the straight at the moment. The Haas driver, the Reaper, is the one to look at here in this qualifying session. Is he going to come back into the pits? It doesn't look like it. Is going to go straight. No, he's going to come into the pits. Never mind. I didn't say a thing. Gav is up on his time by quite a bit. Half a second here. And half a second would probably put him in a P2. Shaza with an amazing lap there, 140.5. I don't think anyone is going to be able to beat that time. Not Sheepy Kev. He's up by 5.6 tenths heading into Sector 3. But Sector 3, a really difficult sector to gain a lot of time. I think you just need very low wings to be able to gain time through the straight here. Because, I mean, there are no corners except for that last corner heading into turn 14. But then it's just straight, so he improved a little bit of time. So that means he did gain a bit of time coming out of turn 14, or heading into turn 14, depends on how you take it. Now he's going to give a bit of tow to the Ferrari driver. Is he going to impede the Ferrari driver? No, he's not. He's going to go all the way into the gap like Lewis Hamilton did in turn 1 back in 2021, which gave a big controversy. Let's have a quick look with Foxy here. Up on his time by 1.6 seconds. What a time for Foxy. That would possibly put him in the top 5 even. And let's see if he's going to be able to accomplish that. All the ERS will be drained. P4 for Foxy. Not a bad time by the Alfa Romeo at all. And I think that Skies can definitely be happy about his teammate there, because Foxy, he is a racer from TTRL, if I'm not mistaken. So is Shaza, and so is Ace Tony. Ace Tony being the owner of TTRL. But we're well, in F1RL, they're having a close partnership with TTRL. So sometimes drivers from F1RL would reserve in TTRL, and then in the opposite way too. Vice versa, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what you're saying in English? Probably. Vice versa. Sounds very funny. Godapake has just gone onto a fast one. He's got a bit of traffic up ahead, but I don't think you should worry about that too much, because they're half a sector ahead. So he's going to be draining all of the DRS and the ERS down this straight. Well, draining DRS. You can't really drain DRS, can you? Because DRS is basically when the wings of your car, at the back of your car, open up so that the dirty air goes smooth over your car, and otherwise the wing gives you some kind of compensation. Is that compensation? I don't know. It makes you go faster through the corners but slower down the straight. So you want less wings to be able to go faster down the straight, if that makes sense. So that means that less wings means that you open up the wing, and then the wind can go through that. Aerodynamics is what the name is, for anyone who doesn't know what it means. Look it up on Google. I'm no physician. Physician? Is that a word? Physician? I don't know. I'm no physical guy. Physics guy. That's the word I was looking for. Godapake now down the straight, coming through the corners. Well, I find it very difficult to call these corners, because you can just go full throttle through those. Oh, there was a car. That was really strange. A car was just glitching through the ground. Here comes Godapake. Down the straight he goes. It'll be a 143.2, putting himself in P10. Geldy on an out lap. He is only going to be able to put a good lap on the board, as a lap here around Azerbaijan is really, really long. 1 point. Oh, you guys can't hear me. Hold up. As a lap here around Azerbaijan is really long. It's really long. You know, you've got being one of the longest circuits. I think it's 6.3 kilometers long. You've also got, you know, a lot of corners. You've got 2 big straights, and that's about it. So a lap around here is 1 minute 45 during the race, I think. Fastest lap probably a 142 or a 143, depending on what tires you are, of course, because the softs won't be used here in Azerbaijan. A lot of guys will go for a medium hard or a hard medium strategy, or maybe a 2-stopper. That could potentially work too. Ah, thanks, Sean. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I wasn't hearing the game myself, so I thought you guys weren't able to hear me, but thanks for the information. I didn't know. Here comes Geldy into Sector 3 in a second. He's going to go past these fast left-handers first. And he invalidates. Geldy won't be able to put himself anywhere near the top 10 as the Austrian driver invalidates. And this was his only qualifying time, so that means he's not going to have a time registered at all. Putting himself all the way in P15, right in front of Skies and RDB. Let's go on board with Shaza. Will he be improving on his previous time? I think he will be. He will be by quite a bit. 4.7 tenths from the AlphaTauri driver, putting himself all the way in pole position and basically securing that pole position by 1.3 seconds. I think Brad Races. No, it's not Brad Races. It's Ace Tony putting himself in P4. Not a bad time at all. But a surprising result is Foxy. I'm not sure if he was there lately. Oh no, he's actually not from TTRL. He's not from TTRL. He's from F1 Racing. Yes, sir. But Foxy, surprising P5. I don't think we saw him too much in Division 2 or Division 1 last season. I know he took part in King of Leagues, and he was pretty good there. Oh, Flip is still on the time. Totally missed that. Flip's still on the time, but I think he's going to come into the pits or going to come across the line to have the game been done faster. I think that is not good. Gonna be what's happening. Is that what he's coming into the pits? Oh my days, that is always making me a bit frustrated, because here's the thing: if you come across the line straight away, the qualifying will be done sooner. But I think if you come into the pits with that fresh set of softs, your car will not be doing 1 extra lap on those soft tires, so the tire degradation will be less. But that is still yet to be tested. And that could actually be a good test for many of these guys. Because then, I mean, if it doesn't wear out your tires, I think you can just come across the line and get the qualifying done sooner. But now we have to wait half a minute for you to come back into the pits. It's just such a struggle, mate. It's just such a struggle. How have you been, Sean? How have you been? My apologies for last week, by the way. It's not that I lagged out or anything, which might happen today. It's just that I don't know what it was. It was just lagging. The live stream and such. Like, now I've connected my computer with my well, how do you call that? Wi-Fi pod. If I explain that to anyone, nobody understands. So it's with a cable. It should be better, but yeah, I never know whether my PlayStation is gonna disconnect or not. All right, here we go. We have got pole position for Shaza, Sheepy Kevin P2, and then we have I'm gonna delete my camera real quick. So Brad Races in P3. Further, we've got Ace Tony, Foxy, Rhino Hussey, Angry Guns, Butler, The Reaper, and Flip in the top 10. And then we've got Coda Pig, Apex Joe, Chef Badger, Widget, Geldy, Skies, and RDB at the back of the grid. 3 drivers haven't been able to put a good qualifying time on the board, or a time on the board. They're going to be all the way at the back of the grid. And I think we do have a formation lap, but I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Actually, I think I am wrong. I think we don't have a formation lap. But we're just gonna wait. Strategy-wise, the guys... There's only two options. Medium hards, hard mediums. There's no other option you need to go for. Or, here's the thing. There's usually a lot of safety cars around Azerbaijan. So you might want to strategize that into a two-stopper. I've never had a Azerbaijan race, and I've had about 10 of them, where where no race of them had a safety car. There we go. Apparently there's no formation lap. Yeah, it's just, you know, you're doing so many leagues in a week, and you never know which league has a formation lap, and you... Oh, wait. Yeah, here we go. We've got 5 red lights in the mini championship here in Formula 1 Racing League. Round 2 of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix. It's 5 red lights, and away we go. Gaza with a pretty good... Well, Shaza with a pretty good start there. I think the McLaren driver tries to go down the inside, but takes out the Alfa Romeo driver, pushes him into the wall. We're seeing wings come off the cars there at the back of the grid. I think that was a Ferrari front wing or an Alfa Romeo front wing. It was definitely red, if I'm not mistaken. And here at the back of the grid, we are looking at some good position changes between Apex Joe and the rest of the grid. Apex Joe, who moved up into P10 already. Let's have a quick look with the position changes. Oh, and he goes too deep. He goes into the gap. And he lost his braking point. Oh, and now he probably has rear wing damage too. Oh, what a way to ruin your race. The top 3 has already taken the lead here. Brad Races, Sheepy Kev, and Shaza have taken the lead of about 1.5 seconds to Ace Tony. Also, Brad Races is losing the toe off Sheepy Kev. Here at the back of the grid, the guys are looking to make a move on each other. And I'm really wondering whether Foxy is going to have a broken front wing due to that incident with him. And I think... who was that other driver? Oh, Sky's retired from the session already after an incident with Coda Pick. And Apex Joe is one lucky man. 26 laps here around Azerbaijan. So you might want to go on board with Foxy here, currently in P5. You might want to go on board with someone here at the back of the grid, because RDB, he has gained the most positions already. He started on those medium tires. Let's go and take a quick look with the tires. A lot of guys on the mediums. That is 15 drivers on the mediums, 1 driver on the hards being Geldy, and 1 driver on the softs being a Butler. And how many positions has a Butler gained going onto those soft tires? 2 positions, so not bad at all for the Ferrari driver. Also, Geldy gained 3 positions going onto the hards. It's usually, well, it's probably not because of the hards that he gained that many positions. You also need to be a little bit lucky here in Azerbaijan with that race start. You know, you can go down the inside, you can go around the outside, but it's really difficult to anticipate. A lot of guys coming into the pits. That is quite surprising. Butler being one of them. He probably goes on to the medium tires, and then on another set of mediums to finish off the race. Foxy goes onto the hards, want to stretch those hards for as long as possible. Geldy going onto the medium tires. Very interesting strategy by the Aston Martin driver. Might not feel very confident on those medium tire, on the hard tires. Switches over to the medium tires, but we got a full safety car already here in Azerbaijan. That is not something we love to see, but I mean, if something is happening, if a car is in the middle of the track, we do have to call out a safety car. So everyone is just gonna wait. We only had 1 lap of racing, but there's still plenty of them to come. Skies has left the session already. He might be a little bit frustrated about that. Let's have a quick look in the Discord what he has to say about that. Let me have a quick look. Can I ping him? Apparently he had an incident with Chef Badger. So Chef Badger currently in P9. He called him a Mong. So, well, sometimes, here's the thing. I'm just going to take a quick sip of water, and then I'm going to give you a little bit of a story. So, when you're racing, you are usually feeling very, very excited about racing, right? You're putting a lot of practice into the track, and you're trying to do the best possible things you can on track. So in the heat of the moment, if someone takes you out, you basically want to kill that person. I mean, not necessarily, but you know what I mean. You really hate that person at that moment of time. And then you're saying the worst things you can possible. Like, for example, Sky's right now saying, "Oh, Chef Badger, you're a Hmong," something like that. It's not always great. It doesn't always give a great vibe in the league. Oh, someone else is coming into the pits. That is a Widget coming into the pits, the Mercedes driver. It doesn't always give a great vibe in the league, but I don't think you can prevent anything there. Then, you know what is more important than keeping things chill in chat? Not keeping things chill in chat and then afterwards apologize for the things you said. I think that is a great way on how a league can evolve going into further races, going into further seasons. Because, I mean, not necessarily, because the bad things that are going to be said are probably going to hurt, which nobody likes. I'm just yapping at the moment. I don't know. I'm just talking bullshit. I need to keep it filled, Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at the live stream and see if the microphone is fine. Because that is another thing I've been struggling with lately. It is just a pain in the ass. And I haven't been enabling my camera. Here I am again. Hello there, lads. How is everyone doing? And I am assuming the safety car is going to come into the pits pretty soon. Bum 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 bum. Bada bum bum bum. Foxy on the hards, the rest of the guys on the mediums, and Widget all the way at the back of the grid on the hard tires. I know why he's gone onto the hard tires this late into the safety car. I think that is a great sign that he's going to stretch those hards till the end of the race. Because, let's say a safety car comes into the pits. Comes out of the pits. And you pit already. You're on 1 lap older tires at the end of the race. Whereas if you come into the pits in the lap that the safety car comes into the pits, you're gonna be at the back of the grid, but you're gonna have 1 or 2 lap fresher tires. Might be a strategic play there from Widget. Of course, if he doesn't stretch those hards till the end of the race, there's no real reason why you would or would not do it. But, I mean, why you would do it. Why you wouldn't do it is quite clear. The safety car is going to come into the pits. The guys are all warming up their tires. I'm getting some great vibes from the McLaren driver there. I think Kimi Raikkonen, that one Ferrari clip where he was, where everyone was swerving all over the place and Kimi Raikkonen was just in P1, standing still. I think that is Angry Guns here. He's not weaving his tires, as you can see. Look at that, Angry Guns with the beast mode. And it's green flags and go, go, go! A pretty good start from Brad Races there, already on the tail of the Aston Martin driver. Doesn't want to go down the inside. And the top 4 has taken quite a bit of a lead already. Angry Guns now making the overtake on the Rhino Hussey. Beautiful overtake there from Angry Guns. As you might want to go back to the back of the grid. Foxy losing a position possibly on Butler. Oh my days. Chef Badger gained a position potentially. Brad Races now up into P2. The guys won't be able to use the DRS yet. Cannot go into the wall, and nobody goes. Oh, the McLaren driver already almost goes into the wall. That was Ace Tony there. Has to watch out though. He's a bit too optimistic, a bit too excited going into the corners. And now we've got Chef Badger being attacked from behind. Just got overtaken by Foxy, who's taken P9. Oh, and he goes into the wall. Potentially has some broken front wing damage. Broken front wing damage. Broken front wing damage. That doesn't even make sense. Butler making the overtake on Chef Badger. Chef Badger, not a great safety car restart. He lost 2 positions underway. Almost touches the wall there. Has to watch out both Butler and Chef Badger. Chef Badger now goes really deep. Coming out of turn 10. Potentially has a broken front wing. Oh, and there goes Apex Joe. Loses the car, goes into the wall. And that will be... fuck this shit. Oh, Ace Tony has... Oh, another safety car. Yippee! No, another safety car. Ace Tony spun into the wall. Probably. I'm not sure what happened there. There's a big gap between Angry Guns and Sheepy Kev. Did he have a collision with his own teammate? Oh, and a drive-through penalty for Chef Badger. That is not great. He's going to have to serve that after the safety car. But I think this might be something that we will be seeing quite often here around Azerbaijan. A lot of guys coming into the pits during the safety cars. Shaza is going to be one of them. Potentially goes into the hards to finish off the race on those hard tires. Nobody else seems to be coming into the pits. Quite of an interesting strategy here from Shaza. Might want to stretch those mediums a bit longer because I don't think he'll make it on 20 lap old hards. If I'm being honest, he will be. Oh, and he DNFs in the race, in the pit lane. Why did he do that for? He was actually... Oh, and he crashed out. What happened there? How is his car there? Wait, hold up. That didn't even make sense. How is his car after the pit wall, but not after the pit exit? Huh? Did he just... Wait, I need to... A little quote from Ace Tony here. Fucked my wing in castle section, then lost it in next corner. Was enjoying that as well. Thanks for the opportunity to race, lads. That is the sportsmanship-like behavior we like here in Formula 1 Racing League. Thank you for taking part, Tony. And I wish you all the best in the next races. I'm not sure if you're going to be taking part next race. Next race, I have no idea what next race is. We didn't get any calendar. We didn't get a calendar, so I have no idea what race it's going to be. No, I have no idea, Sean. Like, his car was... I don't know. I'm asking him in the chat. So he says, wheel disconnected. Had, like, full lock left ready as well. So, I think... No, that would be funny to see if that actually happened. His wheel disconnected. So that means he's probably not been able to turn. And I think his car either just jumped over that wall or slid through the wall. But there's no other explanation for that. Because his car just basically went straight. But that doesn't... You would end up in the wall, wouldn't you? Not behind the wall. It doesn't make sense. This game is one of the worst I've ever seen. I really hope the F124 game is going to be better. Shaza has left the session. So that means we're going to be with 14 more drivers left here in this race. Shaza, Ace Tony, and Skies, probably the three fastest drivers, have crashed out already. Skies, unfortunately, I have no idea what happened with Skies. He got crashed out though. I know that by Chef Badger. Or, I mean, I'm not going to make any statements. I got it through chat. So I got it from Sky's opinion. So I have no idea what actually happened though. But if anything would have happened, it was between Chef Badger and Skies. Ace Tony, I mean, he got wing damage through castle section, so nothing he could do there. Had to come into the pits, but you know, you would lose an insane amount of positions. And Shazai's wheel could disconnected, so all three of them are very unlucky. But that is usually something that does happen. People improving or you know, doing a great job throughout the race and getting crashed out, getting some very unhandy stuff done to them. And that usually happens to me too. I was once racing in Australia. Not so long ago. I think it was 4 or 5 weeks ago. It was one of my first league races again on the F123 game, as I don't race too often myself. And I was doing a great job, guys. These guys were really good, and I was in P3 or P4. And the top, well, no, I was in P5 or P6. And the top, it was a safety car situation. And the top three came into the pits. And basically, the guy who was in P1 ended up right behind me coming out of the pit lane during that safety car. The safety car came in again, and we had to race. There were 2 more laps to go. That guy was impatient as fuck. I can't tell you even how impatient he was. He basically put me into the wall, and that was my race over. I was gonna be able to get a P3 or a P4. My first podium ever on this game, and it's just, man, he fucked up my race that bad. And I was absolutely doing nothing, and that is usually something that I'm hearing from other drivers too. You're doing nothing, but someone behind you is just so impatient that they're gonna put you into the wall no matter what. And that is, I swear that guy, you don't even want to know how much I swear to that guy. That is something that happens with racing leagues, and then the owners have to step in like, oh, calm down. But that doesn't matter right now. We are going to be having green flags again as the safety car comes back into the pits. Brad races to lead this, well, safety car restart. And we are looking at many people taking over Angry Gun's strategy to not warm up his tires. Look, he's doing it again. He's just so badass, mate. Look at everyone weaving there. The Red Bull, the Aston Martin, and Angry Guns is just going straight. He's going already. He's going too late. Look at that. He was putting the throttle, putting pressure on the throttle, but then, whoa, the guys here at the back. I think that's RDB trying to make the overtake around the outside flip. He's going to back out of it. And, Chef Badger is coming into the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Not great. Will Rhino Hussey make the overtake on the McLaren driver? Doesn't look like it. Takes a lot of curb. Oh, almost goes into the wall at the exit there. And RDB will have a chance of making that overtake on flip. Just has to patiently wait for that sector 2. Because usually the guys make a bit of a mistake in sector 2. Oh, and the Red Bull driver goes into the wall. They have, good reflexes from RDB there. Now Butler trying to make the overtake down the inside. Backed out of it. Foxy now trying to make the overtake. He's not going to be able to make it work. Oh, he's going to make it work. Butler. Oh, had to back out of it. Foxy, what a opportunity for the Alfa Romeo driver. Someone has locked up their tires. That might have been Flip, if I'm not mistaken, because he's losing quite a bit of time to the top 3 at the moment. 1.7 seconds behind. I think Brad Races and Sheepy Kev. A replica of what has happened two seasons ago between Sheepy Kev and Brad Races. They were pretty close in that Drivers' Championship battle. And I think it was Sheepy Kev running away with it. Or was it Brad Races? I think it was Brad Races, wasn't it? I could be wrong, though. I have a very bad memory, so I have no idea anymore. And it seems like there's a big gap forming between Geldy and the Reaper. Geldy on the fresh medium tires. As, and we've got a crash between RDB and someone else. And that means another safety car. The car of RDB is in the middle of the track, as you can see here. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to show you guys. Oh, we can show it. There. Oh, it just disappeared. Oh, nice. Oh, and a 5-second time penalty for Brad Races. That is not something you want when you're in the lead of the race. He comes into the pits to go into the hard tires. So will Sheepy Kev. And this is the ideal time to come into the pits, because that means you will be on 18-lap-old hard tires. I think that would be possible. I think that would be possible for many of these guys. If you can just keep it clean, keep it chill, don't push too much on the tires. Foxy, who's just gone onto fresh hard tires, will probably stretch those till the end of the race to go into the soft tires, if that's possible. I'm not sure. A big show goes onto the soft tires, which is on the mediums. We've got Chef Badger and Rhino Hussey on the hard tires. Butler on the mediums, Flip on the hards, Angry Guns on the hards, Sheepy Kev on the hards. So quite a few good strategies here. Not sure why you would go onto the mediums in this stage, because you cannot stretch those till the end of the race. And your previous tires were pretty great still. Might be a 2-stopper for Butler. I'm not sure if he already came into the pits. Would this be his second pit stop? It would be a second pit stop, so he's gone onto a different, well, a couple of sets of tires. Apex Joe, he's just benefiting from those DNFs, you know. He's just climbing up the ladder. Oh man, we have it again. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna go because this will be done in like 1 minute, but I know what to do about it. This is a Wi-Fi pod connection. Disconnection. It's something unfortunate. I can't do anything about it. I'm gonna install a new Wi-Fi system. Well, not a new Wi-Fi system, because this is a new Wi-Fi system. But I'm gonna connect the my PlayStation with a cable all the way down. But that I just need an electrician to be able to make a cable for me. It's like a 50-meter cable all the way from my modem back to this room, as that's all the way at the other side of the room. And let me have a quick look. So remote play, here we go again. It's just something that takes some time. I need to get that done pretty soon, but you know, it'll be done. It'll be done sometime. I'm just sad because, you know, you're trying to give good quality to the guys and it's not happening. And my apologies, Sean. There's nothing I can do about it, mate. I'm really trying my best. There was a safety car anyway, so we didn't miss too much things. I just need to get back in, and I'm not sure whether that is going to be a possibility. It is not. Okay. That is really difficult. Would I be able to get an invite from someone? Maybe from SheepyGif? Ah, there we go, SheepyGifs. Just send me an invite. So we're going to be able to join again. Oh no, Stinky, I've got a new Wi-Fi system, so it doesn't have anything to do with my... Hold up a minute! Stinky, does this just have anything to do with my... Was this a Formula 1 disconnect? This was not a LAN cable disconnect, was it? No, it was a LAN cable disconnect. Does that mean I disconnected because my LAN cable wasn't in right, or is that an F1 glitch? I don't know. Sticky, you might be able to tell me more about that, mate. Can I DM you about that later? I'm having some troubles with my Wi-Fi pods, mate. Here we go, safety car in this lap. And it will be Brad Races leading the pack again to victory. SheepyGif right behind him and Angry Guns in P3. Not many position changes, except for Geldy gaining quite a few. Went all the way from P15 to P6, gaining 9 positions underway. Flip coming from P10 to P4, gaining 6 positions underway. The biggest loser of the evening is unfortunately Shaza. He crashed into the wall during the safety car. Will he be Angry Guns again? Hard to know, but F1 does like to just disconnect for no reason. It did say it was a LAN disconnection, so is it alright if I call you later, Stinky? I've got some questions about it. Here we go. Brad Races. Oh, and he's going underway. I don't think SheepyGif got caught sleeping. Down the straight they go. Brad Races does have a penalty, so he'll have to serve that either in the pits or at the end of the race, which is going to place him down quite a few positions. Depends on how much time they gain on the rest of the grid. We're looking at a few guys swerving all over the place. Flip trying to make a move down the inside of Angry Guns. He's going to back out of it. The Mercedes driver going onto the curb quite aggressively as he tried to get past the Ferrari driver there. Apex Joe in P7, surprising result. Here comes Rhino Hussey. Down the inside he goes. Is he going to throw it down the inside? Doesn't look like it. He backs out of it, which is quite smart, because otherwise he would have put a widget in the wall there, which is obviously not ideal as a racing driver. You want to keep it clean. Almost a switchback there from Rhino Hussey. He has to back out. Widget does lose some time to Apex Joe, which is not great. Apex Joe also losing time to Geldy, so he's finding himself in the middle of nowhere. Foxy takes P10. There's also Angry Guns is losing a bit of time to SheepyGif at the moment. He's getting chased from behind by Flip. Flip really hungry here in Azerbaijan. He's looking at that podium position and he says, oh, I might want to have that. It's not too far away. What makes this mini championship? So usually a season here in Formula 1 Racing League takes about 12 weeks. But because the game is there in a couple of weeks, they won't be doing a full season anymore, because then they have to switch to from the old game to the new game mid-season, which is not great. So they've decided to add a little mini championship, which is 7 races. Last week we had Brazil, if I'm not mistaken. Today we're going to be having Azerbaijan. And the rest of the grid is still unknown. So I think the owner chooses that, or he chooses that through a wheel. I don't know. Butler trying to make the overtake on Flip there. Beautifully done. He makes the overtake. And also Apex Joe just got past Geldy down the straight. Butler trying to go down the inside of Angry Guns. But so basically these guys were having 2 divisions. And they split that, well, they combined that to 1 again due to Division 1 not really turning up that often. So they rather have 20 active drivers rather than, 15 and 15. Well, 40 non-active. You know what I mean. So they've combined that to 1 division, and that is going to be the Thursday division being today. And they wanted to test everything out here in this mini championship. So a good concept from the owners, if you ask me, also because some tracks may be driven that usually are not chosen in a calendar, like Azerbaijan. Usually the races around Azerbaijan are pretty great. Not very bad. As you just saw Foxy making the overtake on the Mercedes driver there. There's a bit of traffic here in the castle section. That means that Rhino Hussey lost a few positions underway. So you might want to go to the front of the pack, as Sheepy Cat is also almost going to make the overtake on Brad Races. He wants to get past the Red Bull driver as soon as possible, because now his tires are just wearing out. Stinky One in the chat says, yeah, I see. Our season will end 2 weeks before the new game releases. Fair enough. I find it quite of an innovative way to get the guys still racing, prepare them for the next season, and not have them sit still for like 8 weeks straight, Sheepy Kev, is looking to go down the inside. I don't think the DRS will be enabled yet. The DRS is enabled right now, so Sheepy Kev will have the opportunity down the straight at the moment if he has a good exit. Let's have a quick look. Sheepy Kev doesn't take the curb too much, so I think he lost a bit of time. 2 Brad Races there coming out of turn 2. Will have the DRS, but won't be able to benefit from that, unfortunately. Flip, on the other hand, might be able to make a benefit from that, and he does indeed. Goes into P4, and he was battling with Angry Guns before, but unfortunately he lost a bit of time to the McLaren driver, and he's even going to lose more time battling both the Ferrari drivers. Geldy not really keeping up with Apex Joe here, as he lost about 2 seconds to the Ferrari driver. Apex Joe with a surprising P6. He wasn't really there during the qualifying. I think Chef Badger crashed out, I'm afraid. Currently in P13. Might want to go on board with the Reaper here. Yeah, he's not doing a bad job. Just hanging on tight in the top 10 in P10 there. But Sticky One in the chat says, we do the same too. Some tracks just don't do well on calendar, so being able to do races like those on those tracks are good options for things like this. 100%. And another safety car. Alright, Foxy has crashed out. No idea where, but his car has already been gone. Oh, and Chef Badger with another drive-through penalty. Didn't he catch one earlier? I think he did, didn't he? They always say a person doesn't make the same mistakes, but seems like Chef Badger does. And does that mean Chef Badger is not a person? He's an alien. I'll talk some Chef Badger talk. Beep boop beep bop boop boop. A bit of a Star Wars talk there. Actually, wait, hold up. I'm gonna look. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna look the alphabet of the Star Wars game, but I guess I'm a bit childless there. Flip coming into the pits. He is going to go on to another set of tires here. He's just on those 5-lap-old hards. I don't think that's the right way to go. Although there's still 14 more laps to go. I think I might want to go to the toilet. I'll be right back, guys. Stinky One in the chat says drive-throughs on this track is drive-through on this track is so easy to get with how virtual safety car deltas are set up. Oh, Stinky, have you by the way heard about the new telemetry system that F1 is going to include into the game next game? Well, I haven't heard too much about it, so I'm not sure if it's correct data or if I'm reading fake news. But I've seen something that Formula 1 is going to include that drivers can see their own deltas and know like information, a bit like engineering software, I don't know. I'll see if I can find it back, and if not, I'll find it back and I'll send it to you. It surprises me that Apex Joe didn't come into the pits, because he's on 6-lap-old softs, and usually the soft tires don't last too long here in Azerbaijan, especially with the track being so long. This would be... Let me have a think. 6-lap-old softs would be 10-lap-old softs in Brazil, which is not great, obviously. Might be 9 laps, 10 laps, something like that. Not great, of course. I'm not sure how long the softs last in Brazil. Well, let's not compare it with Brazil, because Brazil has a low tire degradation rate, and Azerbaijan is quite of a high. Tire degradation rate. Just trying to get my... Why is my chair doing so difficult, mate? Sneaky One in the chat says they really need to change how the deltas are displayed to drivers. 100%, mate. I totally agree with that. I think it should be somewhere. How would you do it, Stinky? How would you do it? Because it is on, I think it's the right side of your screen, isn't it? Like the right top. I think it should be somewhere in the middle of the, the top middle. You know, it's something like there, where it says safety car in this lap, something like that. That would be great. Just in big fluo yellow, that many times still, or like big red bar, you know. Big red bar. You're below, or you're above, you know. All right, and the safety car is going to restart. That means that Brad races for the third time this race can restart the safety car restart. Well, can start the safety car restart. Angry Guns once again not weaving all over the place. Will that give him an opportunity to make the overtake on Sheepy Kev? Down the straight they go. Oh, and he goes really late. He might get attacked from behind by Butler. A lot of slipstream to be taken by the Ferrari driver. Goes off slipstream. And some of the guys are trying to make the overtake. Oh, Rhino Hussey being one of them. Goes down the inside of Geldy. Oh, and almost loses the car. Has to watch out there. Butler weaving all over the place. And now he's going to make an overtake there. Oh, Rhino Hussey trying to make the overtake on Apex Joe. Didn't really make anything work out of it. And Geldy being on the oldest tires on the grid is possibly going to be struggling at the end of this race. Not sure if he's going to extend those till the end of the race. It would be a great strategy if you ask me. Oh, it seems like Geldy. Oh no, it's Rhino Hussey going around the outside. Beautiful overtake. Almost goes into the wall. Has to watch out that he doesn't take out Apex Joe. Inside line at the moment for Rhino Hussey. Apex Joe gives enough space. Look at that. He basically said, welcome to my paradise. Make yourself home. And he just opened up the door there for Rhino Hussey. And now Rhino Hussey benefits from that. Because Apex Joe basically had an awkward line coming into turn 6. So, coming into turn 6 indeed. So, he lost a bit of time coming out of turn 6. Which is unfortunate, but yeah. I mean, I think Rhino Hussey can definitely take these guys back to Butler, as they're 2 seconds behind at the moment. Let's go on board with Cheapy Kev here. Still sticking to the toe of Brad races. These two have been very similar pace-wise. Although I do think that Cheapy Kev has a little more pace. We will be able to make the overtaker with the use of DRS, but the DRS will not be enabled yet. up until 2 laps after the safety car. Geldy making the overtake on Apex Joe at the moment. Down the inside he goes. Apex Joe goes into the wall. Loses the front wing there. I'm really surprised that he didn't crash out, and I see that coming from miles away. You don't want to make an overtake there through that corner section, and Apex Joe, he's crashed out twice already here in Azerbaijan. Chef Badger retired from the session. I think that might be another safety car if I'm not mistaken. It would be ideal for Apex Joe, and it won't be a safety car. Very interestingly enough, it won't be a safety car. His car has already been, well, despawned. The Reaper trying to make the overtake on Geldy, and I think he took the overtake. Look at that. Apex. Oh, Geldy now getting overtaken. Oh, flip with a two-way overtake. Cannot use the DRS yet, but he said, hello, I have straight line speed. I'm making the overtake. Fuck you guys. I'm leaving you behind me. He's on those fresh medium tires, so he probably had a good exit coming out of turn 2. Go to pick currently in P9. And, you know, 7-lap old hearts. He's probably going to stick to the toe of these guys, but won't be able to make the overtake. He doesn't have that kind of pace. He wasn't really very surprising in the qualifying either, so I think he's just going to have to stick around and see what happens up ahead. Let me read the chat here real quick. I think it has just a long refresh time. If it should be refreshing at 60 hertz, but I like... wait, hold up. I like it. Does its delta changes at each mini sector instead? Tires for this track is C5, C4, and C3 apparently. Thank you for letting me know that, Stinky. So C5 is... what is C5? Is that the softest or the hardest? I think that's the softest, isn't it, Stinky? Let's go on board with Kev here. Down the straight he goes. C5 is the softest, right? So C5 is the softest. C1 is the hardest. If I'm not mistaken, though. Kev coming around turn 1. Has to have a good exit coming out of turn 2 to make the overtake. We saw him lose a bit of time down the straight earlier. Okay, so C5 is the softest. And that might explain why these soft tires are running out this fast here in Azerbaijan. But don't they actually use the same tire wear in every track here on the game? I don't think they'll put that much effort into making tire wear different on each track, do they? Oh, softest is C0? Oh, that's... Oh, never mind then. That doesn't explain why tire wear is so high then here. You do have a lot of high-speed corners, which makes your tires not great, and you have to brake quite a bit. It's difficult. It's difficult. Shibikev losing a bit of time there, having a little bit of a snap. Oh, and Apex Joe crashes again. Does he still have that broken front wing? He doesn't have a broken front wing, but he crashes anyway. Really unfortunate for Apex Joe. He's gonna get sent back to P11. I mean, he's in P11 anyway. Rat Race is really pushing. You can see him coming around turn 14, sliding all over the place, trying to break away from Shibikev because he knows that Shibikev is gonna have the DRS, so he's gonna stick along. And Angry Guns is actually catching up. Look at that, 1.6 seconds at the moment. Also, Flip caught up to Rhino Hussey, so he'll probably make the overtake with the use of DRS next lap. Or does he already have the DRS? He already has the DRS. Down the straight he goes, and Rhino Hussey now comes into the pits. 9-lap old hard, so will Butler on 10-lap old mediums. That is a more, well, logical decision. Oh, and I think Shibikev put him into the wall. Both drivers are having a heated battle, and now Angry Guns is going around the outside of Brad Race. Look at that. The McLaren driver, the beast, I'm not going to call him psychopath because... I mean, I wanted to call him psychopath because he doesn't weave when warming up his tires, but I feel like that is going to give a misunderstanding, so I'll keep that on the side. Reaper getting overtaken by Geldy, but it may... Oh, Rhino Hussey with a 5-second time penalty for crossing the pit lane exit line. That is something we haven't seen here before. Widget crashes out coming into turn 4. Oh, does it? Stinky, I didn't know that. Apparently, according to Stinky in the chat, every track has its own tire wear coefficient. So that means that For example, tire wear could be higher around Azerbaijan than Brazil, for example. Tire-wise, you know, that your tires go faster. And it seems like Sheepy Kev is running away from these two at the moment. Brad Races and Angry Guns. They shouldn't be battling with each other too much, because that is only going to have Sheepy Kev break away even further. Also in the middle of the pack, we see that Kodapik is trying to catch up to the Reaper at the moment. Here comes Brad Races. DRS wide open. Will he be making a move down the inside? He backs out of it. Angry Guns, who has a lot of straight line speed here in Azerbaijan, might be running some lower wings to be able to gain some time down the straights. And I think he did indeed gain a bit of time down the straights on Sheepy Kev. But that also means he loses some time through Sector 2 and Sector 3. Well, not necessarily Sector 3, maybe Sector 2 a bit. He caught back up. Look at that. Good strategy by Angry Guns. The guys are not going to be able to make the overtake through the corners, because Sheepy Kev is just there like a boat. There's no room around the outside or down the entry. So he just has to stay consistent throughout the corners, and then the guys with the DRS will not be able to make an overtake on Angry Guns, because Angry Guns is just running so low wings. Such low wings is what I should say. Oh, there goes Angry Guns. And I think Brad Races will benefit from that. A little bit of a snap there from the McLaren driver. Why am I always saying Aston Martin driver? I don't know. He used to be an Alfa Romeo driver in last season. Oh, Sneaky One in the chat says, never mind, it looks like it doesn't. So there's no tire coefficient here on different tracks in the game. I wasn't thinking that either. I don't think that F1, well, EA will put that much effort into giving every track tire wear coefficient. I don't think that makes too much sense when they don't even solve their internet connection issues and all that kind of, like, server issues and whatever you want to call it. Although I do have to say, lately, the connection of the servers have been better, and the lobbies are better too. Like, you don't see many lobby restarts or lobby glitches or anything. You don't see them. And like, what has happened to me today has nothing to do with the lobby connection, like the server connection issues. Kodapik has caught up to Galdi. I think Galdi is really struggling on those hard tires, but we also have to look at Rhino Hussey, because he's just gone onto the soft tires. Still has 7 more laps to prove himself wrong, going onto the soft tires of 143.9. And he's catching up by quite a bit, but how long can these softs be stretched for? He still has to go for 7 more laps on these soft tires. He would be on 9 lap old softs at the end of the race. Kodapik almost going into the wall there. Has to watch out. Down the straight he goes. Well, not a very long straight. We've got a very small straight there. Heading into turn 6 and 7. 5 and 6 if I'm not mistaken. Wait, yeah, 5 and 6. They were heading into turn 7. You can also see Kodapik lose a bit of time in sector 1. And that usually means that he's running lower wings. But we'll see him gain that time again down the straight. And that is the interesting part here in Azerbaijan. What setup do you actually run? Because running low wings is going to give you a benefit, but so will running high wings. Because if you run high wings, you will gain time through sector 1 and 2. If you run low wings, you will basically gain all of that time again through sector 3. So, yeah. The question is, what is the best? Because if you're running high wings, you're able to break away through sector 1 and sector 2 so that the guy behind you doesn't have any DRS. But then Kodapik, for example, he will gain that time again down the straight here. Oh, Angry Guns thing made the overtake. No, it's Angry Guns making the overtake on Brad Races. Totally missed that. I didn't see him gain that much time down the straight, but of course, he just gains that time instantly, because coming out of that turn 14, it's basically boost on for the McLaren driver, and he's just blasting through down the straight. Here comes. You see, Brad Races isn't even able to make the overtake with the use of DRS. How much DRS does he have still in the tank? About 40%. How much does Angry Guns have? About the same, 30 to 35%. The rest of the grid is not anywhere near each other. As it seems like Flip is trying to catch up to these guys. He is about 2.5 seconds behind. I'm just going to have a quick listen in the chat here. C5 tire wear is 0.08 and the C3 have 0.0585. Higher front wings with lowest rear wings, that keeps the car aerodynamically stable. When is DZB having a race, Stinky? We're probably going to see Brad races trying to make the overtake, but this is what I'm saying to the guys who ask me what setup should I run. I would always say run a little bit lower wings, because down the straight, the guy behind you is probably not going to make the overtake work. You see, Brad races, DRS wide open, and he barely gets past the McLaren driver. So run a little bit lower wings. You will be able to keep the guy behind you through the corners, and he won't be able to make the overtake down the straight because you're running lower wings. It's just a small difference that you run. Mr. Stinky in the chat says it will make your tires last longer and you will be able to protect yourself in the straights. And apparently DZB races on Saturday. I didn't know that. I thought they raced on... I was going to say something stupid. I thought they raced on Fridays, but of course they didn't race on Fridays because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to participate in King of Leagues, which Formula 1 Racing League took part in too. If I'm not mistaken, Sheepy Kev took part in that. I can't fully think of who else. Geldy was a reserve driver, I know that for sure. Can't think of anyone else if I'm being honest. Flip caught up to Angry Guns. So I think Angry Guns will have his hands full. Oh, thanks for the hearts, by the way, guys. Thanks for the hearts. Angry Guns is going to have his hands full with Flip. But as you can see, he gains a lot of time down the straight again on Brad races. And will probably be within that DRS 1 second again of the Red Bull drivers. Still 4 more laps to go. And Butler has caught up to Geldy. So those hard tires are actually doing a great job for the Ferrari driver at the moment. Caught up to the Aston Martin drivers. They're heading into turn 15. Sector 3 for both Geldy and Butler. And also Ryan Hussey is trying to catch up, but he's still 5 seconds behind. Down the straight he goes. Has to watch out for the corners. Seems like he's doing a great job. Has drained all of his ERS already, so I don't think Geldy should be worried about that too much. Oh, he's draining every ERS. He's got 2. He shouldn't be doing that, actually. Because he's going to have the DRS again down the straight. So he's not going to lose too much time. Maybe he wanted to stick within that DRS. Plays around with the curbs there. Plays around with walls. Has to watch out, though. Lap 23 of 26. Cannot touch the wall anywhere. Any time here throughout this race anymore. Because there's no time to come into the pits anymore to change your front wing. And also the top 4 is in a heated battle. Flip trying to find his way around Angry Guns. And then Brad Races is running away at the moment. He's even going to run a little bit further away here through Sector 2. We saw him do it earlier, and now he's really broken away. 2 seconds now for Brad Races, and I think Angry Guns has got his hands full with that annoying AlphaTauri behind him. But Flip with a surprisingly good result. Just going to have a quick look with the position changes. Flip with 6 positions gained, but the biggest winner of the evening is Geldy. He went all the way from P15 to P6. Also, Angry Guns not doing a bad job, gaining 4 positions. He went all the way from P7 to P3. Oh, and Sheepy Cap crashed out. No way. Oh, man, how can you fuck up something like this? Oh, he was in the lead of the race to win the race, and he just blew it. It might have been those old hard tires that were given in. And we have no safety car because... Oh, no, I think you can have a safety car in lap 24, but I could be wrong. And now it's everything to play for Angry Guns and Flip, because Brad Races is a 5-second time penalty So either Brad Races has to run away by about a second a lap on these two, or Angry Guns and Flip are really battling for that race win. But they need to be smart with it. They can only battle in the last lap, because if they battle too hard right now, Brad Races is just going to run away. So they really need to save it for the last lap. Otherwise, Brad Races is still going to have the race win. Then Angry Guns and Flip are going to be battling for P2, which is not great, of course. You want to battle for that race win. Maybe even catch up to Brad Races. There's 2 more laps to go after this one. And Brad Races didn't really gain too much time here. I think he just wants to save a bit of tire wear for those last 2 laps and then push everything. How much ERS does he have still in the tank? About 25%. How much does Angry Guns have? Oh, he still has plenty of left in the tank. About 45%. How much does Flip have? Oh, 20%. That is not great for the AlphaTauri driver. Heading into the last sector here off lap 24. Angry Guns has gained a bit of time. Well, not really. He lost about 4 tenths, 5 tenths in that last sector. Kodapic with a 3-second time penalty. Butler also with a 3-second time penalty. He's in the middle of nowhere, so he shouldn't be worried about that penalty. And there's been quite a few DNFs here today. I think about 8 out of the 17 drivers, which is almost half of the grid. And you're always going to have that around Azerbaijan, if I'm being honest. You're always going to have that. Which is unfortunate. You know, it's such a lovely track to have races on. You just need to keep it clean. You just need to keep it consistent. And that is not always what the guys are doing here. Kodapic has caught up to Rhino Hussey again. Rhino Hussey has the pace. He's going to have his hands full with Kodapic. I think if Kodapic is going to make it difficult for Rhino Hussey, they both won't gain time on the Reaper. But they both have penalties anyway, so I think they'll just be battling for a P7 here. Apex Joe holding up strong in P9 with 17 seconds behind. Flip now on the tail of Angry Guns. These mediums might still be better here. Well, better is what I wanted to say, not better. They still might be better here. 12 lap low mediums compared to 17 lap old hards. What is the better tire actually at this point during the race? I think it might be up for discussion later after this live stream, but as we can see, Flip is still holding up strong with Angry Guns, and Brad Races is not running away. He needs to gain about 2 seconds a lap to be able to break away from that 5-second time penalty, or he might be able to remove that 5-second time penalty. Angry Guns now running away. Flip is not going to have the DRS, although coming through turn 14, he gained a bit of time, 3 tenths to be exact. And now Angry Guns is going to run away again. Flip this might be Flip's only opportunity to get back to Angry Guns. But Angry Guns is running away. That pull of the McLaren driver out of that last corner is just too strong. Look at that. He's gaining so much time on Flip. And Flip only has the DRS about now, if I'm not mistaken. He drained all of his DRS too. And the Reaper has caught up to Geldy. So those soft tires are definitely doing its job. I think Geldy might lose a position. Those two will be battling for the top 5. Heading into the last lap of this race. Who will take P5? Who will take the lead of the race? Will it be Brad Races? Will it be Angry Guns? Or will it be Flip? Oh, the Reaper already made the overtake with the use of DRS on Geldy. This might be a feisty battle for P5. It might be P6, depending on how many penalties Butler has. He only has 1 penalty of 3 seconds. Now Flip and Angry Guns. Who's going to take the lead of the race? These guys cannot battle too much yet. Flip goes down the inside. Angry Guns holds up a position. Well, holds the position is what I should say. 2 tenths for Flip. 2 tenths for Flip. Sector 2 is really the sector where he needs to gain that position. I think Angry Guns is just going to make it difficult. Or will Brad Races gain 1 second here in Sector 2? Will he gain 1 second? He's really doing a great job at the moment. 4.2 seconds, 4.3 seconds. Who will take the lead of the race? Will it be Brad Races? Will it be Angry Guns? Or will it be Flip? It possibly won't be Flip, because here is where we're going to gain a lot of time down the straight. And I think Brad Races, with a good exit coming out of turn 14 and 15, he might take the lead of the race and win this race. He already has the lead of the race, but he has a 5-second time penalty. And Flip potentially kissed the wall there coming out of turn 14, so he's going to lose some time. 1.2 seconds behind. He's not going to have the DRS. And it will be Angry Guns. If he doesn't crash out here, he won't crash out anymore. Angry Guns will be your race winner. And now we have to have a quick look between Koda Pick and Geldy here. Brad Races with a 5-second time penalty, drops him back to P2. And Flip won't gain that P2 position. Koda Pick potentially with an overtake on Geldy. Maybe he can get that. Oh, down the straight they go. Oh, it will be Koda Pick in P6, but he'll drop back to P7 due to that penalty. But he might be able to get that penalty removed. I don't know if there's actually any stewarding here in these mini championships. Rhino Hussey also with a 5-second time penalty. Only got a P8. I think we expected more from the Red Bull driver. But the Red Bull driver is actually being very consistent here. Let's have a quick look at the position changes. Lost 2 positions in total, but I think he's been a bit unlucky with his strategy here, Rhino Hussey. Both the Red Bulls doing a great job. The McLaren team doing a great job getting a race win here in Azerbaijan. As I'm just going to have a quick look with the Drivers' Championship and the Constructors' Championship already. As that will give us a great view on who is going to be taking the lead of the race, of the Drivers' Championship. Let me have a quick look. Stinky1 in the chat says, GG to every driver that has raced today. You have done a great job. So the mini championship is Geldy, who's won the Brazilian Grand Prix last week. And then we had Angry Guns in P2 and Dunsby in P3. So Angry Guns is possibly going to take the lead of the Drivers' Championship as he won the race here today in Azerbaijan. Let's have a quick look with the results. Angry Guns in P1 taking the race win here in Azerbaijan for the McLaren team. Brad Races will take a P2 back to the Red Bull headquarters, and also Flip will take a P3 to the AlphaTauri headquarters. Further, we've got Butler, the Reaper, Geldy, Koda Pick, Rhino Hussey, who's got the fastest lap 2, so that will be 1 extra point for the Red Bull team. Then Apex joined P9, and further we've got our DNFs who will not score a single position or points. Shipikev, Widget, Chef Badger, Foxy, RDB, Shaza, Tony, and Skies. For the Constructors' Championship, we are looking at McLaren being in P1, and they're probably going to stay in P1 after a good result by Angry Guns. Aston Martin in P2, they'll probably not score too many points today, but the Red Bull team might gain quite a few positions here. They haven't scored a single position or a point last race, so they're all the way at the back of the grid. They definitely showed up today, being Brad Races and Rhino Hussey. Both of them got a good result, so they'll probably enter the top 5, if not the top 4. AlphaTauri currently is going to bump up a couple of positions. They had a great race, and that will be the Constructors' Championship for tonight. So I would like to thank everyone for watching the live stream. Hopefully I kept you guys entertained. Sorry about the Wi-Fi problems. That is going to happen in the next couple of weeks, a couple of times, but it is what it is. I'm trying to find a solution. But that won't be for now yet. Guys, I'm going to wish you a very good night, and I will see you guys next week. Peace out.